My beloved congregation, Parshat Emor is divided into two sections. The first part speaks of the various rules and regulations appertaining to the Kohanim, some of which only have application during the days of the Temple in Jerusalem, while others are in force to this very day. The second section of the Parsha deals with the wonderful annual celebrations of the Jewish holidays, Pesach, Shavuot, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot. I was wondering, is there any connection between these two themes? Do they share a common thread? It is important to note as well that the main function of the Kohanim, probably the most important, and this application is equal to this very day, is that they are the ones chosen to bless the people of Israel. The famous Birkat Kohanim, which appears in the Torah in the portion right after Shavuot. When is the proper moment for these blessings to take place? On all of the Jewish holidays delineated in our Parsha. Still, what is the connection between the two? Perhaps the very name of the Parsha carries the key to our query. Our Parsha is called Emor. What does Emor mean at its very fundamental essence? Its simple explanation refers to speaking, conveying an idea. However, the famous biblical commentary and survivor of the expulsion of the Jews from Spain in 1492, Rabbi Don Isaac Abarbanel, claims that Emor is related to the Latin word meaning amore, or love. The main function of the Kohen is to confer God's blessings upon the people, and a blessing by its very nature needs to be expressed in an emotional state of love. Think of the blessings that we confer upon our children on Friday night. Those blessings are half of what makes Shabbat, and specifically Friday night, so special in our lives. That love which the blessings imply can be compared to the lighting of a candle, which shines ever so brightly in the hearts of our children. The Kohanim confer blessings, as we said, on holidays. If, heaven forbid, the object of the blessing is distasteful to us, then both parties feel this, and the blessing cannot take effect. Indeed, according to the Shulchan Aruch, if a Kohen has a known enemy in town and arrives in the synagogue for the holiday, he is prevented from giving the blessings of Birkat Kohanim to the people, not only to his enemy, but to the congregation entire. Consequently, love is a critical ingredient when it comes to giving blessings to the nation. What is the purpose of blessings? Blessings are necessary for us to live happy lives. And when do we officially confer these blessings on the nation? Again, on Yom Tov, on the holidays. Although the blessings are conferred on Yom Tov, the light which they create within us stay with us for the entire year. Those lights may seem occluded at times and not very well sensed during our day-to-day lives. Yet on the Jewish holidays, they burst forth. They burst from our hearts and can be recognized far and near by all, palpably felt by everyone. This same idea reminds me of an article which I read by a non-Jewish person, a writer by the name of Megan Craig. She writes, "I'm reminded of William James' essay on a certain blindness in human beings, in which he writes about the difficulty of being present to another person's life. James uses a Robert Louis Stevenson story of young boys who form a secret club of lantern bearers, hiding small tin lanterns under their heavy coats as a secret emblem of participation. From the outside, they just look like anyone else, hurrying by in the cold, cold night. But when they meet one another, they lift the edges of their coats to reveal a hot-burning light hanging from their belt loops. I've always loved the image of these kids hiding fire, their faces momentarily illuminated to one another in lamplight, triumphant in their allegiance to their game. To me, the light of the Kohanim conferred upon us during the holidays is ever present in our own lives. It shines out under our coats, even during the hard times, even during the epidemic which we are presently experiencing. But very soon, God willing, we will share that light to one and all in a future of unlimited joy and broad sunlit uplands. Shabbat Shalom.